Mentorship by Bob Proctor, and he's passed away about 2 weeks ago. And that's what really lit a fire in me to be here tonight and to be here for ongoing, because he shared with me these secrets that I'm going to teach you guys to help you get whatever you want in your life, so you are unlimited. Jeffrey Combs was another leader in my life. I started with him about 8 years ago. Julie went through his program as well. He was hard on us. He was really hard on us. And you got to learn what they know, and you got to implement it in your life. I went to 3 8-day retreats last year with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I had chronic back pain. I thought it was from my ankle accident. When I was 20 years old, I fell off a horse. Couldn't walk for 9 months. And I kept telling myself the story, it's my ankle, it's my ankle. Chiropractics 3 times a week. Sleeping with ice packs and heating packs. Taking pain pills, trying to figure out what was going on in my back. Go to the 8-day retreat. A day and a half later, my pain's gone. I'm like, what is going on? It's the stress. It's the doubt. It's the fear. It's the anxiety. It causes all these things. Once you can get out of that zone, you then can relax your body. And when you can relax your body, these things start vanishing. Virginia's a prime example. She's been through my coaching. She knows what it is, and she's a whole different person than she was 2 years ago. So that leads me into tonight, why we're here. I want to teach you these things I learned. So just 2 years ago when I was working with Bob, we were in a Zoom class. And we were asking, he was asking us, what do you want? What's your goal? And he said, make it a big goal, not just a small goal, because you can have whatever you want. So he's going around the room. And I said, you know, if I'm going to make any goal, why not $10 million a month? That sounds pretty good to me. Wouldn't all of you agree that sounds pretty good? Yeah. So I said that big goal, and I was like so nervous because I said that goal. And the guy next to me says, I want to be a billionaire. I'm like, my goal looks so small. He's like, if you can have whatever you want, why would you limit yourself to only $10 million a month? I'm like, you know what, you're right. I want to be a billionaire. The money isn't what gets me. It's just a way to measure the result. What's exciting is what the money can do for others. Now, I'm not there yet, but what he taught me is everything is on a frequency. Your thoughts, your goal, your body, everything. Your cell phone is on a frequency. Your radio is on a frequency. Your TV is on a frequency. So all we have to do is align our goal that we want with the thought, and it changes our body into a different frequency, and we can only attract what we're in harmony with. That is called the law of attraction. How many of you heard of the law of attraction? Bingo. So what happens when you create a goal? You're like, you know what? I want to make $5,000 a month. You're going to only attract thoughts of $5,000 a month because you limit it. So then you only get thoughts that are equal to that goal. So if you start saying, you know what, I want to make $20,000 a month. Now, it's on a frequency, the goal. You're downloading information that gets you the thought that's going to get you that goal. Now, the one thing that holds everybody back is what? Fear. Fear. Why? Fear of the unknown. Fear of not knowing what's going to happen next. So what we do is we go back to our past. And we relive our past over and over and over and over again. We have 90,000 thoughts a day. And most of those thoughts are from the past. So if you're thinking about your past, how are you going to create your future? If what you think is what you become. So I'm going to challenge you tonight to make some goals. I want you to make a couple goals. I would suggest 3 goals. I'm also going to suggest that every morning when you wake up, you write I am statements. I am a leader. I am powerful. I can do anything I put my mind to. Mine is, I am a billionaire, and I'm so happy and grateful that my dreams become my reality. And on top of that, you have 2 memories. You have a past memory, and you have a future memory. So what you're going to do is you're going to create your future by writing it down. That creates cells of recognition. It's getting your body ready for the experience. It's setting you up into the vibration to attract to your reality the things you're looking for. So how does this look? Every day in the morning, you wake up, got your journal, right out of bed. Coffee maybe in hand. I am. 3 pages. Bob does this every day, or did this every day. And then you write your life as if you're living that goal. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have perfect health. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am the weight that I want to be, which is this weight. I went shopping today, and I got these pants on. Oh my gosh, I look fantastic. And now you're excited. You're motivated. You're driven. You can hardly wait to go do your life because you know what's going to happen. Do you know the gift of life? Do you know what the secret to life is? It's living this. Being in the present moment and knowing what's going to happen for your future. So you're just waiting for it to show up. This goal that I created for myself, it was about 7 months ago. I started creating some goals. I was like, you know what, if I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do, I got to change my life. So I thought, how am I going to do that? I got to get out of my box. I got to get out of my comfort zone, because I was also in a comfort zone. It was not easy. I was not confident talking in front of people when I first started this 10 years ago at all. So about 7 months ago, I made the decision. We have the choice to decide. And I made a committed decision that I was going to change my life. I started writing in my journal the things I was going to have. And you can ask my brother back there. He's like watching me from the sidelines. He's like, I can't believe you're getting all these things in your life. Yep, I attracted it. I wanted a retreat center. I have a retreat center in Pasco on the water. It's got a pool, it's got a hot tub, it's got a basketball court. So I can bring people like you and teach you even more intimate. And really get into your program and help you develop yourself. I wanted 100 storefronts. Because I want all these all around the world. I wanted the projector screen where I could be in all my centers at one time. I've seen all these machines and all the people in my life, and now I'm living it. Sean and I went to Utah last week, and we were presented an opportunity. That opportunity, I'm not going to share with you what it is now. It's big. It's really, really big. So guys, I'm so excited to share with you this information tonight that will change your life. So we have 6 intellectual faculties. What is that? Most of us are taught to live from our senses. See, smell, taste, hear, touch, our 5 senses. So we're living from the outside in. You're looking at the bank account, you don't see the money, you're like, I can't get it, no way, I'm not gonna do it. We need to live from the inside out. Everything starts first in our imagination. So write down for me, imagination. We have 2 different types of imagination. I'm going to show a video here in a little bit, and there's going to be homework, because this course that I'm about to take you through takes 3 months. So we're going to do it in 3 different segments. So you're going to have some work to do at home. We have your intuition. Some say praying is you talking to God. Intuition is God speaking to you. You have your focus. That's your will to keep the image in your mind. If you can't keep the image in your mind that you create, your imagination, forget about it. You want that sports car? You want that house on the beach? Well, if you can't think about it all the time, you can't attract it, because your focus is not focused. You're all over the place. You are the plaything for things around you, and everything grabs your energy, and then you have ADHD. You have all these different brain issues because you're not focusing. It is a mental muscle you have to develop. How do you develop your focus? Here's a tip. Take a Sharpie, take a candle, light it. Stare at the flame until you become one with the flame. You're going to notice your thoughts are all over the place, and you're like, oh man, I don't need to go out and do the trash right now. Oh, I don't need to check my emails right now. I don't know what I'm going to wear to dinner tonight. You're going to get all those thoughts. Bring your mind back and focus here on the flame. And it's really fun. You can actually practice it. Your thoughts are the most potent form of energy. They go through all time and all space, and people feel it. If I was to go out to a restaurant, and there's a gentleman sitting in a seat, and I focus all of my attention, all of my energy on him, his back, he's going to turn around, he's in my head, what is going on? Who is looking at me? He's going to feel your energy. So it's because the only image in my mind was him. So your thought's like a laser beam. The more attention you put on your focus, that thought, whatever it is, the faster you're going to attract it. You have your reasoning factor, your ability to think. Think about the little fly. Little creatures, they don't have this. The fly, they're kind of dumb, right? You got a screen door. The fly is going to hit the screen door over and over and over again. And he might even die. But right next door, the window's open and he can go right out. He doesn't think. We have the ability to think. We have our memory. There's no such thing as a bad memory. We just don't know how to use our memory. Our memory works on ridiculous association. You got to attach it to something funny. You also have to listen to it over and over and over and over again. And then we have our perception. How you view the world. You change your perception and your whole life will change. Think about the people in your life you know that think the glass is always half empty. That's their perception. And that comes from their paradigm. I might go through the slides and kind of getting ahead of myself, but I'll touch it. And your paradigm is a set of habits and beliefs that were programmed into you when you're at birth and when you get to about 6. That's where your main programming happens. So whatever thoughts, whatever people are in your environment, that goes in you. So it could be negative, 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 you're not good enough, you're terrible, what are you doing, watch out, you can't, money doesn't grow on trees, all these things. That's your program. That's your perception, how you view the world. It was put there by somebody else. So you gotta be positive all the time. Even in the negative state, you always find positive. The law of opposites. Whatever negative, there's a positive, or positive, there's a negative. It's just how you look at it. If it's really, really negative, there's gotta be a really, really positive aspect to it. It's just how you look at it. Okay? So those are our 6 intellectual faculties, and you've got to know about them and be aware of them. And we're going to be teaching more classes like this, especially with children, because they get taught through the school system. I don't know what your view is on our school system today, but I even have a fear of my children going to private school because of things that are being programmed in their mind at such a young age. They're not being taught how powerful you are. When you're in fear, when you're in stress, when you're in doubt, that creates anxiety. How many of you know or have had anxiety before? So anxiety is nothing but fear and doubt. You have a thought. That thought creates an emotion. That's a chemical. That's cortisol and adrenaline. Very, very, very addictive. That puts your body into a vibration of anxiety because there's fear. The fear and doubt cause anxiety. Anxiety goes to depression, suppressed, and it causes depression. Now you're in a negative state of mind, negative, 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 negative all the time. Guess what? That happens. You now have a disease. That is how it works. So what you're going to do instead is the moment you start feeling your body, feeling your brain, go negative because your paradigm, you're going to say stop, and you're going to write down exactly who you are, I am, and exactly what you're creating this lifetime. That will change your vibrational energy quick into the positive. That's the fastest way out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the PowerPoint here. And I think Sean, over here, you can turn off the light. All right. First, we're going to learn about our imagination.
In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about your imagination.
Can you hear that?
Because
No.
this is really the staple to create anything in your life. Everything we have started first as a thought, which creates an image in your mind, and then it becomes the physical form. Before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about our being and who we actually are. We are creative beings. We are the highest form of life that we know about. we have 5 senses that we're living off of, plus we have an additional 6 faculties, which we're going to talk about. So all the creatures, all the animals live off the 5 senses. See, smell, taste, touch, and sound. That's where all the animals are living from. But we have 6 intellectual faculties. They're not taught to you in school, and what ends up happening is they're kind of, I wouldn't say bred out of you, but because you're not using them, you don't know they exist and you don't tap into them. So the first one we're going to talk about today is your imagination. Second one is your intuition. Third is your will, your focus. We have your reasoning factor, we have your perception, and we have your memory. So we're going to be working through each of these and helping you develop them. So let's go back to childhood when we're talking first about the imagination. You know, when you're young and your children are young, you're watching them, you're saying, act like a bunny, and pretty soon they're acting like a bunny. Or, you know, you see them playing in their Barbies or their mermaids or whatever it is. They're using their imagination. But when you go to school, when you get to 6 or 7, it starts getting programmed out of you and you stop creating, you stop imagining things. So it's really important to understand that we have this mental faculty, we can open it up, and there's a whole other world out there that we might not even be aware of. And whatever you think about, you put more attention to, it starts to form itself in physical form. It's one of the laws of the universe. Whatever you focus on becomes. So you can use your imagination in a really positive way, or you can use it in a negative way. For instance, if you have this life of your dreams and you're imagining it, you're creating it, you're living it, you're being it, it becomes. However, if you have a negative thought, oh my gosh, when I was going through a lot of health issues myself before this water came into my life, I just remember always thinking, oh my gosh, I think I have cancer. Oh my gosh, I better look it up. Pretty soon my body got so stressed out, I got adrenal fatigue because I was always stressed out thinking, what is wrong with my body? I did it to myself because my thoughts created an image, and pretty soon I see myself as that person and I became it. So you really want to pay attention and use your imagination how you want to see the world, not the things you don't want to see. So make sure whatever image you have in your mind, you make sure that's what you want, not what you don't want. And if the thought comes in, it's not what you want, you've got to be aware that it's not what you want. Because whatever you focus on, you're putting more energy in, and it will manifest itself faster. So pay attention to that. We have 2 different imaginations. We have a synthetic imagination, and we have a creative imagination. So our creative imagination is taking thought energy and creating something out of basically nothing. So we have our cell phone, for instance. We're all using our cell phone, but someone first had to think about the cell phone. So before there was a cell phone, someone thought about a cell phone. So that's using our creative imagination. That's where the geniuses lie. Then we have our synthetic imagination. So that's taking that cell phone, making a few tweaks to it, and then creating something out of something. So we have synthetic and we have creative. So those are our 2 different forms of imagination. So one thing I want you to do, for me, is I want you to write down in your journal every single day the life you want to live. And I want you to stick that image in your mind, and I want you to become emotionally involved in it. Because it's the emotional involvement with your image in your mind that helps you get your goal faster. In our 2nd month here, we're going to be talking about energy, because energy it's omnipresent, it's everywhere. And we are energy. And so when you learn to use your energy to create your goal has an energy, and if you match your goal with your energy, you will get your goal a lot faster. I know all of you have probably heard of the law of attraction. That's a secondary law. The first law is the law of vibration. Everything vibrates on a frequency. Just like you're watching me right now, this is a frequency that I'm on. Your cell phone, you're calling your friend, that's a frequency that it's on. Our thoughts are on a frequency. So our image is on a frequency. So when we match our body's feeling state to the image in our mind, the frequency, it matches, and now we are in harmony with our goal, and it appears a lot faster in our life. So that's why I want you to get emotionally involved in the image in your mind. And how you're going to do this is you're going to write it out every single day. You're going to think about it every single day. Right now, I have an image in my mind of where I'm going to be. And guess what happens? I'm going forward and forward and forward because I'm always thinking about it. So in the morning, when you're eating your cereal, be thinking about the image in your mind. When you're just laying around, maybe you're taking a vacation or something, thinking about the image in your mind. Seeing yourself as the person you want to become before you're the person. It's almost as like you're an actor. Act as if you are the person before you become the person. And so it's that energy that you need in order to match yourself to the image in your mind to help yourself achieve your goal a lot faster. So that is about the imagination. We also have two different worlds that we're living in. We have the physical form, or matter, which is our physical form, or we have the thought form. So the spiritual form or the matter form. So first, before anything, it starts here and it becomes here. So it's really important to develop your imagination, start seeing yourself becoming the person you want to become, and staying very focused on the image in your mind. And we'll be talking soon about how to use your intuition to help you get to your goal. We'll see you live in the next episode.
All right, so there you are. There's your imagination. So you're going to get homework to go through the rest of the 5 videos. You just don't have enough time. So we're going to get on to...
In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about your imagine.
Sean, after you're done, I'm going to have you come up here as the... I don't have the clicker. So Sean's going to volunteer tonight to be the clicker. Let's see if I can find what I need. Okay. So, what do you really want? That's the thing we came here for tonight. So how many of you been thinking about what do you really want? How many of you been thinking about it? We've been here. Can somebody tell me what they want? I want to hear. Would you mind sharing, Adrian?
New business. I've been thinking about a new business.
All right, great. So have you put more thought into it about what this new business is?
Not a whole lot.
There's your homework.
Yeah.
So new business, awesome. Do you have an income goal?
Around about, yeah.
Okay. Don't put a lid to it. Just open it up to the unlimited. Super. All right, someone else have a goal. Natalie.
Freedom.
Freedom. That's a good goal. What does freedom mean to you?
Not punch a clock.
Uh-huh. Good.
I don't want to go to work.
And you know the most exciting thing about asking people what their goals are? Is to see their expressions change, for them to get excited. Have you ever been around those negative people in your life and they draw your energy like, oh man, I can't wait to get out? Practice this. Start asking them, you know, if you could have anything that you want, what do you want? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, I don't know. Well, if you don't know what you want, how are you going to ever get it? You have to know what you want. So I say, if you did know what that would be, what would it be? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, well, no one's really asked me that before. I think I'd like out a different house, maybe a different car. Now, pretty soon, you see their body language, their energy, they're excited, they're on their vision, they're on their future. And then you say, I can help you get whatever you want. You just got to come over to amandabobbett.com. You got to go see her and get on the machine change frequency. Here's my business card, go over there, right? So that is what we want. So anyone else have a goal to share?
Have a new house and be the owner of my own home.
Ooh, nice. So the next step to that is going and shop for your new house. Bob says, there's a gentleman in the training, he says, I want to buy a house, but I don't have the money. Bob says, you don't need money to buy a house? You don't need money? Money's energy. It's going to show up when you decide to buy the house. I tested it out myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so right, it happened. It's crazy. So yes, you're going to go out there and you're going to go on Zillow and don't just get any house. Get one you're really excited about that you know is out of your reach. And then you say, I'm going to buy it. And you say, I'm going to buy it in 60 days. Give yourself a little bit of time. And then all day, you maybe give them a down payment, like 20%. Tell them, here's the money. Now you're committed.
To get the new one.
doesn't matter how it happens. You don't have to know the why. The why will come. It's energy. So once you make the committed decision of buying the house, now you're looking for it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just got a check in the mailbox for $100,000. I don't know how it happened. It doesn't matter how it happens. You just gotta want it. You gotta get emotionally involved in it. You gotta see yourself in it. So pick out the house, go into the house, and start to feel what it feels like to be in the house. That's how you create the emotion. I like it. Is this go on? Perfect. I love it. Awesome. Okay, Sean. Thank you. All right, so here are the goals, the musts. So goals are a must for success. Did you know that only 5 out of 100 people meet their goals? 5 out of 100. That's terrible, isn't it? So the reasons are this. They lack a clearly defined goal. They don't know what they want. Number 2, not having a belief or faith that they can achieve the goal. There's faith and there's fear. You can't see on either side. But you got to give your energy to one of them. So you might as well give it to the faith, don't you think? Believe you can achieve and you will. It's not their goal. It's your mom's goal. She wants this. Your dad wants that. You're not excited about it because it's not yours. You lack the desire, the will, because the goal is not exciting. It's not motivating. I want a new, a new Tesla. Well, I've already got a Tesla. It's not going to motivate me. I got to get a Bentley. I got to get a Ferrari. I got to get something I haven't had before. That's going to be exciting. So your goal has to make you excited. Otherwise, it's not a worthy goal. And the last thing is they allow fear and doubt to crush their dream goals. That's really the main culprit. Fear and the doubt they can't do it. Next slide, please. Okay, so Napoleon Hill. How many of you read Think and Grow Rich? That's probably one of the best books. Best book. So read that. He says, whatever the mind can achieve and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Next. So think about this. You don't realize how much power you have inside of you. Hold on. Okay, we're way more powerful than we think. Most people do not understand how much potential they have. Therefore, they limit themselves to a level at which they know they can achieve. You don't stretch. For instance, raise your hand for me right now. Raise it up! Come on, guys, raise your hand. That's not enough. Keep going. Okay? Did you notice what happened? You raised it this far, and I pushed you. You're like, oh wow, you go up higher. That's what you're doing to yourself. You're not stretching yourself. You got to know you can do whatever it is you want. You got to really go out there on a limb and do it. So here's a gal. She lifts her burning truck. She lifts a burning truck, hitting her dad using her superhuman strength. Lifts that car off her dad. That's how strong you are. Next. Now, allow yourself to dream. A dream is one of the most powerful forces on the planet. Dreaming is often discouraged in us as small children. It was called not paying attention. I was guilty of that all the time. I was put in special ed when I was in 9th grade, I think it was. I had barely graduated high school. I had to appeal for my credits. Right? And here we are. Here we are. So we're way more powerful than we think. Go ahead. Remember, it was only a dream that freed men, women, and children from slavery. It was only a dream to send a man to the moon. And there we are, on the moon. Who could imagine that? Our frequency devices back there, they were developed to go to the moon because of gravity, keeping your body strong. You must adopt a no-limit thinking. Don't limit yourself. What you think you can have, go for something big. There are no limits. Unfortunately, most of us have self-imposed barriers which stop our success. And those are only obstacles in your mind. I'm not good enough. How many of you have heard that? That's a program that's been played over and over again. I'm not fast enough, I'm not smart enough. It's like a little monkey on your back that keeps telling you these things. Forget it, it's not true. So you can have, do, and be anything you want. You are unlimited. That's what you want. Next. Desire. You must want something to change. Desire is the unexpressed possibility inside, seeking expression outside of you. That's what desire is. Expect and believe. Nobody is ready for their goal until they believe they can acquire it. The state of mind must believe. It's not a mere hope or a wish. You've got to believe you can do it. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. Closed mind is not inspiring faith, courage, or belief. When I first started writing down my goal of being a billionaire, I was like, this is never going to happen. Oh my gosh, this is such a stupid thought. I kept writing it over and over and over, and then things start to happen in your life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I can do it. If you lie to yourself long enough, you start to believe it, right? So that's what you're doing, is you're just telling yourself over and over and over again what is going to happen soon. Maybe it's a month, maybe 2, depending on your goal. Pretty soon you start to think, I can do it. I've seen these things in my life change. It's coming, right? Next. So expectation is a mindset, an attitude. The mind is a magnet that attracts what's in harmony with. When you expect something to happen and are committed to an outcome, you don't allow other thoughts or ideas to enter your mind. So if that's what you want, you're going for that. Your friend's like, hey, can you do this opportunity? Hey, I got this opportunity. Hey, we're all doing this. Now you're like here, there, everywhere. You're not focusing your mind to what you want. So you have to let go of all these things that are taking your time, taking your focus, and taking your energy. And you only want to focus on things that are going to help you get to your goal. Okay? So here are some traits of successful people like you. So this is what you got to do if you want to be successful. They radiate confidence and assurance. So in your mind, what does that look like? You got to imagine yourself walking in a room with confidence. Looking around the room now, looking at your toes, lunge down. You got to walk in with confidence like you own it. Next, they expect success. I wouldn't have gotten this building and started building the future if I caught here thinking this might not work. No, I'm expecting success, and I'm going to get success because I'm focused and committed to getting it, because I'm not letting myself down, I'm not letting all of you down. So once you make the committed decision to get your goal, you can't let anything distract you. You can spot these people by the way they walk, the way they talk, look, and act. Confidence. You can feel it about them as you enter the room. They may be short, they may be heavyset, tall, thin, or a combination between. But they have attitude about them that actually attracts success. So we already talked about your imagination, so we go on. Walt Disney, sorry I got my information, turning dreams into reality. That's what he did. He had a thought, and pretty soon he's got a fairyland. Okay? Without an image, no goal would be complete. Go ahead, pass. We've got the image. Okay, here is the law of attraction, the law of vibration. So as you see in the video, the first law, there's certain laws that govern the universe. One of them is the law of vibration. Even when we die, our body still vibrates. Turns into an ash, turns into sand. The secondary law to that is the law of attraction. Vibration and attraction. You can only attract what you are in harmony with. So if you're driving down the road and your car goes off the road, you attracted it. Somehow, some way, that happened because of the law of attraction, the law of vibration. You might have had a bad day, you woke up, coffee wasn't ready, you got hurried, and then pretty soon, you had a thought, and here you are over the side of the road. You attracted it, okay? Thoughts become things. For the next week and beyond, I want you to be very aware of your thoughts. Write them down. Just be aware of your negative patterns. Be aware of your positive patterns. Because the more aware you are, the more you can say, stop. I don't want that vibration. I don't want that energy. Get out of here. You've got to be aware. Thought energy is the most potent energy. Be very aware to only think about what you want, not what you don't want. And 90% of your thoughts you have today are the same thoughts you're going to have tomorrow. So if you don't change your thoughts, you will become exactly the same and your life will be the same. Then you're 80 years old and the biggest pain is what? The pain of regret. That's the biggest pain. Being 80 years old and you look at your life and you're like, man, I wish I would have gone to amandabobbett.com and actually done something with that seminar that I sat through. I know all the information, I just never took action. Right? So, we got to change our thoughts. Your paradigm will control you. So we talked about this earlier. Your paradigm was put in you by others. It's not even your own thoughts. It's everyone else that was around you. You might have a positive paradigm, or you could have a negative paradigm. You can change it. You just have to be aware of it and change always to the positive. Okay? How do we become programmed? Conscious mind is your thinking, analytical mind. It has the ability to choose and to reason. Okay, we're going to go through this. Subconscious mind has no ability to choose. Whatever it believes is planted and begins putting your body into a vibration. Once your body is in that vibration, it takes action and attracts things in it that's in harmony with. So what this looks like is this. Bob taught me this. He says, here's my head. Chop this off. Here is my body. Here is my mind. This is my conscious mind. This is my subconscious mind. This is your thinking mind. When you have a thought, you start to analyze that thought. Negative thought, watch out, because it's going to put your brain waves out of balance into high beta brain waves. Now you're in anxiety. Now you're in fear and doubt. Now it's setting your body into vibration. So the conscious mind is here. Or sorry, it's the subconscious mind. So we have a little tool back there. Brian, would you mind bringing that tool up here? And I want to get deeper into this, but we don't have time because I really want you to understand this, but we're sending you home with a video that's going to explain it deeper.
This thing is amazing.
It is. So this here, so if you're always in your conscious mind, and you're always thinking thoughts that are fearful, causing anxiety, you're setting your body into the wrong vibration all the time. So the goal here with this device is it's actually causing your brain to be confused. When your brain is confused, it goes to a trance state, and it becomes open. And now, downloads can come to you. That's your program. That's your subconscious mind, that's your body. So this has photobiomodulation as well, which is a vitamin for your body. So it confuses your analytical mind. You can't think, you can't be in stress. That's what meditation does as well. When you're not in stress, your body's relaxed. Then we get to the program. You've heard of hypnosis? In a way, that's kind of what this does. But it programs positive things in your life. So if you want to sleep better, there's a program. If you want more abundance in your life, there's a program. But it confuses that thinking, analytical mind. That's connected to the outer world. It's a subconscious mind that we don't use very often. The best time to do this is in the morning when you wake up, your mind's open. Or before you go to bed, your mind's open. So that's going to give you the best tool there. So I just thought I'd put it there. Okay, we're going to get back to that. I want to go deeper into that, but we can't do it tonight. Okay, so here's our homework. Journaling every day. We talked about this at the beginning. Did y'all write this down? We have journals here if you need one. This creates cells of recognition, getting the body prepared for the future, using your future memory. Your goal is to be in the present tense as if it's already happened. The I am statements, I am, and 10 things you're grateful for. 10 things you're grateful for. That's very, very important. I don't know how we're doing on time. We're getting there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions if any of you have questions. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about our affiliate program we have set up here. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back here in this room. and you're going to be connected to the Facebook group. I have a group called Amanda Bobbett Team Training. You're going to come to that, and you're going to learn all of the other 5 videos that I didn't have time to go through. We're also going to talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, because it's a lot of information to go through in one night. Okay? So you'll have, do we have all of your emails you all signed in today? And if you didn't sign in today, we'll get you to sign in today. And then we'll make sure that you're on our list for every day. Okay, so our affiliate training. This is so exciting. Can someone give me a card that you have? Sean, do you know the card yet? Okay, we're done with the card. Okay, so the affiliate, yes, you have one. Thank you, I'll take it. So amandabobbett.com. What you're going to do is you're all going to go there, and at the top, I'll just show you here. That way we can go through it together. And then we'll answer questions. Okay. You notice up here it says affiliate right here. So you're going to become an affiliate. Click this little button. And you're going to join now. No, just join. So let me show you here. Do you want to, have you become an affiliate yet? Okay. I'm just going to show you exactly how to do it. What's your email address?
JANN32@gmail.
And you can change your password, just so you know. So I'm going to put the password that I always put here. So here Julie is. So Julie, on her card, is going to put her name Julie. That's your coupon code. So now any customer that comes in here, she gives that card to, they're going to receive 5% off. And she's going to receive 10% of any sales that happen when they're here. Pretty cool, isn't it? So you have a referral link. So to see that link right here, you can text that link to your client. Someone's like, oh, you have more energy, what's going on? You're like, I stand on this vibration machine over at amandabobbett.com. It's amazing, I loved it. They're like, how do I do it? Oh, I'll send you a coupon code. I'll send you my link. And now they got the link, and they come here with the address, and we take care of them. They leave with $400 worth of merchandise. That's $40 in your pocket. Isn't that cool? Okay, so you have that. You have the coupon code. You have a sign-up link, homepage. So you'll spend a little time going through this. Now, under the settings, we have to report the income to the government, unfortunately. So you've got to fill out a W-9 form. So you fill out the W-9 form, and we'll save it in our system. And once you reach $50 of commission, then we send you a payment through PayPal. So you got to make sure here that you're signed up through PayPal. And then if it's a business you're underneath, you're right there. And then we have marketing tools for you. So you can go through here, spend some time. Once you sign up, I developed a training program to teach you how to post on social media. You can sell stuff all over the world and you don't have to stock the inventory. You don't have to deal with the customer service. You just get to get paid. So I have a training program right now I'm running. We run it in 3 classes where I say, we're going to be selling this product and here's how to do it. Here's number 1 post of the day. Here's number 2 post. And all the way through a week, and then we start over. On the next week, here's what you do. So we create curiosity, authority, and then we close the sale. So we do that with all the different products. So I teach you first with an item that's very easy to sell. So once you sign up, you're going to receive in an email that information. And then once a week on a Zoom, I'm with you live. All over the world. If you've got friends that are in a whole different country, Zoom's everywhere. So I show up, answer any questions, and help you guys with anything that you have. Okay? So that's really cool. Other than that, we have those cards available tonight, so you can take them home. And when you go home, sign it up and just put your information in the back. Our hours right now, we're open 10 to 5, Monday through Friday. And on the weekends from 10 to 2. That's going to change from 9 to 6 here soon. And then we'll be open from 10 to 6 on the weekends, most likely. So stay tuned for that. So other than that, you're a beautiful audience today. And I'm so grateful for this moment. You have no idea. I did tell the place next door, if any of us were hungry, we would go next door. So they're open for us over there, so if any of you want, we can use the facilities if any of you want to use the facility. And we are giving away back there a water filter that is a $1,500 value. So do we have a little tub back there? How do we want to do that? Do we want to just pull it out of the tub?
You sign up.
Have you all signed up for the drawing?
No?
Okay, well we'll have you sign up for the drawing, and then we'll announce it on Facebook tomorrow on who wins that. So this filter back there, it's not a Kangen water filter, it's just a filter that gets out everything, but it's not reverse osmosis. It's a great gift if you wanted to give it away, or if you wanted to use it in your house, second house, third house, I don't know, depends on what you want. So you can do that too. So make sure to do that, and then, yeah, we'll use the facilities. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to be back here in this room, same time. And I can't wait to hear some of these goals and what's changing in your life. Be ready. Be ready. Once you put your attention to it, you're going to start to see it show up. It's very exciting. So thank you again for having me, and we'll see you all soon, right now.